بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. I greet you all with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessing of Almighty Allah be with you all. Inshallah, in this segment, I'm concerned about clarifying something for some of the Muslims which they are not aware about it. And I have a discussion with a sister yesterday when she informed me that she has some kind of insurance about her furniture. If there is a damage happen or a flood or that the house catch fire or anything related to this matter, so the company will be paying her for her loss. And I told the sister that this is not acceptable in Islam. We take our precaution and we do our best to have the house safe and secure. And after this, if a calamity fall in us, that is the qadr of Allah, and we be patient and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us for our loss. But she was shocked to hear this from me. Maybe she's a new Muslim, or maybe she hears this so-called big shot speakers in United States and think they are scholars. But I told the sister, this is haram, this is not. And she asked me, do I have anybody who say what I'm saying? So I tried to explain to her the problem. I'm not going to refer her to anybody because I don't trust a lot of people who's teaching nowadays in the media or behind a camera, or they come in a big conference and they give their opinion about certain things, or they involved in the haram because the reasons that we are living here in America, as if this is a green light for you to do anything which is forbidden in the deen of Allah due to the fact that you are living in the Western society. But I want, before I talk about legality or prohibition of insurance, to divide this so-called insurance. And the word actually in Arabic is ta'min, okay, from the amn and safety and security. In actuality, the only one can give security and can provide you with insurance is Allah. I give you, some people, they're so good in making labels, they manufacturing label. Say, same way that you make a car. So nowadays we have people who make titles and make names and make big, shiny poster, which is attractive. And a lot of people fall into this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, لِإِيلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ إِيلَافِهِمْ رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminding the tribes of Quraysh and how that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had gives them security and provides them with a means and ways that they can make this two journey for their business, for their livelihood, and say, let them worship the Lord of that house, the Kaaba, the one who had fed them and saved them from starvation and give them security against fear, road robber, all these things. So, and I give you example about this big lie, so-called insurance. If I pay $100,000 for life insurance, and after this I die, how the insurance company will give my wife back her husband? There is no insurance. There is no insurance can given by anyone or any company. There is no replacement. It's a matter of taking your money. Later on, if there is a calamity fall in you, they will give you money. Okay? But they could not give you what you lost. If I make a life insurance and my son die, how the company can give me my son back? This is called mirage. We think we understand what we're saying, but this is a form of dressing a cow with a beautiful dress. Now the people think that the cow is a bride or the monkey is a bride. It's still a monkey in reality, but the way how you gave the monkey a nice haircut and they dress him with a shirt, now it look like a bride. So we have to be very careful. Nevertheless, there is something called تأمين تعاوني, and there is a تأمين تجاري, and there is تأمين اختياري, and there is a تأمين إجباري. So we have to understand the difference of so-called تأمين or insurance. The only kind of so-called insurance is that group of people. We call it تأمين تعاوني. Okay, تأمين تعاوني. That means from التعاون, getting together to support one another, help one another. Group of brothers or sisters or families, excuse me, they get together, let's say 20 family, and they agree that every year they put in this pot or in this account or whatever it is, they gone, every family got $100,000. So every person out of the 20 families, they will put $100,000 every year. Now, if something happened to one of these families, okay, a death, they need to spend money to buy a grave, or that the houses fall apart and they need to buy a house for this person, they will take out of this money that they save it together. So they did not do it for purpose of making profit and making money. They made it for a purpose of helping and assisting one another. Okay? So this is what we call تأمين تعاوني, that cooperating with each other on good and benefiting one another. The 20 family, they put an amount of money every year, and if something happened to one of those family, okay, something, disaster, illness, problems, they will use from this money according to the needs. That is necessitate. This is fine, and this is called ta'awun, and helping one another in time of difficulty. The other kind of insurance called تأمين تجاري. Insurance that we hear about it in America or even in most Arabia nowadays. Arabia doesn't know about insurance before. Okay? They borrow this from the West. But the other ta'meen, which is prohibited and is haram and is forbidden, which is tujari, for business, for a profit. And that your share, excuse me, that your share or your benefit or your loss will be according what you pay. That means, and only will be for the members or those people who buy it. And basically, it's been done by a company or individual for purpose of making money and making a profit. They study this. They know if we have, as example, 1,000 driver, okay, 1,000 customer, each one paying $1,000 a year or a month or whatever it is. They have insurance against driver, other cars, rain, flood, fire, whatever. House insurance, health insurance, property insurance, anything, name it. This is built for purpose of making money by this company. And this one is haram, is forbidden, because it has something called gharar, and it has usury and riba, and this is taking the property of others with no just cause. The company that giving you insurance doesn't do anything other than taking the money. If something happened to you, they will pay you. So you may pay the first installment, which $500, and after this your car crashed, all right, they will buy you a car equal to the same value, which is almost $10,000 at least, okay? But in actuality, you did not pay anything other than $500. The other way that you can be paying $500 every month for the last 10 years, and you never get in any accident, nothing. So who is the winner? The company. Who's the loser? Is you. And this is what called gharar, okay? That deceiving, that you don't know if you're going to be a winner or a loser. And deceiving is not acceptable in Islam. You could not sell things that inside a bag. Who buys this bag with $20? What's in the bag? You don't know. How many oranges in the bag? You don't know. This is called gharar. This is not acceptable in Islam. So insurance, which for purpose of business by company or individual, is been built on this basic of gharar, and also usury, which this money goes in the bank, making money out of the money, lend it to other people, okay? And also they taking your money and they are not giving you any service other than they give you some money in case something happen. So anytime, this also is a form of mughamara or qimar or gambling. So actually you are gambling, and you know that gambling is haram in Islam. Okay? Like the lottery ticket. You buy a ticket for $20. You may be a winner, you may be a loser. Okay? So anything that you enter, a kind of transaction, you don't know what you're getting out of this transaction, this is not acceptable in Islam. So now we come to the last and the most important point, which you call تأمين اختياري or تأمين إجباري. That means that you do it with your choice, and insurance that is been made obligatory in you. Okay, so if you enter this kind of transaction with your own choice, you are committing a haram, a big sin. If it's been made by the country law that no vehicle can be on the road unless it have so-called liability, which is the minimum, you could not. You can go to jail. So now you've been forced by the law, because you could not go back and forth to your work, neither you can sustain yourself or your family, so you have no choice that you have to buy insurance. So in this case, you buy liability only. You could not buy a full cover insurance, because the full cover insurance is not by the law. Liability is must by the law, but the other is not. Okay? So here that you've been driven by necessity, as a result of this, now will be permissible for you to buy this insurance, and you do it while you hate it in your heart. So what about if a car accident happened and it is not your fault, and they pay you more than what you pay them already? The company will pay you. You only pay $100, the first payment. And now your car got in an accident. It's not your fault. So now they give you a car for $5,000. This car is not yours, because you taken more than what you had paid. So why did you involved in it? Because you was involved in it because this is the law of the land, and you have no choice. So we did not do the haram as long as we've been forced and we have no escape of it. I hope this, inshallah, clear to somebody. Now somebody will say to you, Adly doesn't know what he's talking about. Who will back me in what I'm saying? Number one, I already stated the evidence and the proof from the Quran and the Sunnah. But in addition to this, I will refer to you to other scholars, and most of them are dead nowadays, okay? Because some of the scholars nowadays, you could not trust them. But you go to Sheikh al-Albani rahmatullahi alayh, go to Sheikh Ibn Baz rahmatullahi alayh, روح to Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen rahmatullahi alayh. All these great scholars is not a sheikh, a little man in the knowledge. I'm telling you about scholarly people. All of them, they will back up what I'm saying. And alhamdulillah, I don't say anything from my own mind. I always look for the dalil, the evidence, and scholarly that people read for them, and you can hear from them, inshallah. With this, I would say, those people who buy insurance for, with their choice, knowing that this is not acceptable in Islam, they are committing a great sin. Life insurance is haram. Car insurance is haram. Whatever name it as insurance is haram, unless that you've been forced, driven by necessity, and there is no other choice for you to do it. But nevertheless, you have to understand, also, the time of necessity does not mean apply to everybody. As example, 10 years ago, I used to live in a house which is 1.5 block away from the mosque. So in actuality, I don't need a car. There is a difference between you want a car and you need a car. Islam doesn't work on you want. Islam talks about if there is a necessity, now is a different story. So basically, I used to walk from the mosque to the house, from the house to the mosque. But now I'm about 4 miles away from the mosque. So this will take me at least an hour, hour and a half to go and to come. Okay? So that means I could not live my life only walking 1 time, 2 times when I'm going to do my work. So to some people, car became a necessity in their life, and to other people, there is no necessity. Some people can take the bus, city bus, and go to their work. And some people can take the subway. Some people can have to have a bike. So even the necessity by the land law does not apply to everybody, because some people, they don't have to have a car. So if you've been driven by a necessity, you have to go in the necessity according what does it necessitate. أي ضرورة تقدر بقدرها. Not we say الضرورة تبيح المحظورات and we stop. No. Necessity doesn't turn the red light to green light. It will take it to a necessity according what necessitate. So if you have to, so you don't stretch it for more. Now you are required by the law to have liability, so you take liability. But now you're getting a fire insurance and snow insurance and the flood insurance for the car and all the things. So it's no insurance other than what is necessitated according to the necessity. Other than this, you are dealing with the haram and riba and usury and gharar and taking the property of others with no just cause. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. I free myself before Allah by saying this, for some people to think that nobody told them, and make it clear, and I'm going to put this on the internet for the Muslims to know in case they don't know. And I may refer you to Q&A in Islam. Yeah, I think this is the name of website, maybe you found it in English, and there is a big possibility that you found some people saying what I just stated, and Allah knows best. Thank you for watching. I'm your host, Muhammad Adly from Columbia, South Carolina. Until I see you again, may Allah be with you all, and may Allah keep us all on the Sirat al-Mustaqim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.